What is up? Welcome to the Stat Guy Show, episode number 49. Joining me tonight, hopefully two guests, but as of right now, we have Pat Musi. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, Chris. Lizzy just called. She's trying to get on, so look for her.
Here we go. Actually, right? I just got a...
Hi,
Hi, Lizzy. You're live. How you doing?
I am.
So you got all three of us on.
How are you?
Good. Does it sound okay? Is there any echo on your end or anything?
No, it's perfect.
Good, good.
I had to plug my phone in because of it's on 20%, so I'm multitasking here. I don't know what
Awesome. Glad you got to get in here and get on.
Yeah.
So first off, how you guys doing? So let's talk about it right away. I want to congratulate you guys on the huge win in Tulsa. Lizzy, with everything going on the last 3 to 4 months, what did it mean to you to get that win?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start because it's definitely been a whirlwind of a little of everything, I guess you can say. From, I'm just gonna throw it out there, just from dealing with the cancer treatments, like we talked at the beginning of the season, right? Me and you talked about, and then going through whole relationship drama. I hate to say it that way, but it's a little rough on my end dealing with all that, and I don't know. And here I am. We pulled off a win, but I was kind of, not gonna lie, I was in a little rough state of mind. My dad knows. I mean, it was hard on me. It was really hard on me, and I pushed through it, and to be able to get the win and dealing with what I'm dealing with. I heard a lot of people saying, oh, she ain't gonna make a lot of the races. She's probably not gonna be like herself going through these races, but here I am. It hasn't changed me one bit. I mean, I'm on my 6th treatment, and I'm doing what I do best. I love racing, and it hasn't stopped me. So to be able to pull off a win is just badass. So we put a lot of work and effort into the new car. Well, it was kind of like a last minute deal. My dad's like, we got to get testing done, and we did it. We thrashed the last 2 days in a row. First we tested the old car, then the new car, and we weren't sure about the new car. And I don't know, it was proven. I think the biggest thing for the nitrous cars to be competitive this season was to get down to weight, and that was something we were able to do with the new car, and it was shown. It was proven this weekend. So
yeah, I was so excited for you guys, Pat and Lizzy. It was awesome to see you guys were flying in Tulsa this past weekend.
Yeah, car was just running so good.
Last time we were on, Pat, actually, we had discussed Bonnie 2.0 was in, I think it was going to paint or something like that. It was getting ready. I was going to ask you, Pat, coming out with a brand new car like that, we see a lot of other people say they're having the new car blues and they're struggling to get it going, but you guys brought it out and you won the race immediately. Why do you think that happened? What went into all that to make that happen?
I mean, the biggest word in drag racing, and everybody forgets, is preparation. Lizzy knows.
Yeah.
Tony Christian used to say it all the time. We knew we had a test. We had to make a decision halfway through. Are we going to try to bring the new car? The old car was sitting there. It was funny because, Robert built the car and Jay was there. Both of them were there. And Jay said, well, don't take nothing off that old car. Leave that old car alone. So it's just sitting there ready to go. But we made the decision, about 5 runs in, we're about to say, let's get the old car and let's just go right at time.
Yeah. We were at that point for sure. I guess the lighter car just made a whole different animal. Like, it just was totally, we had to tune it differently. Like, we had to find its happy spot, and we were able to do it when we were testing. So I'm glad we had the actual time to do that.
We actually made a run that night, Liz, you remember? And it went right down.
Well, Jay's like, we haven't been fully down yet. Just drive it to 330 feet and just click it. And when that thing went high gear and wheels up, lock up came on, I'm ready to rock and roll. I said, I'm taking it all the way down. When the car is going to make a run. So, and after that, we had something to work with then.
Lizzie's kind of rough on if you tell her to go to the 330, which I don't blame her. I'm a driver too. If it feels good, I'm rolling with it. But Jay turned around, looked at me. Well, what happened to the 330? I said, get used to Lizzy, So.
That's funny. That's
Yeah.
funny. Pat, I was going to ask you. So you have two cars now. As we just saw, unfortunately, Ryan had an accident on Saturday, and it looks like it's possible he's going to be using the Fireball for at least a race or so. But he has the luxury of two cars. Is that you building Bonnie 2.0 and not touching the other car at all, not taking any parts from it? Is that your strategy going forward? You think you might, it's nice to have that extra car just in case something happens?
That's our strategy. That was our strategy from the beginning. Lizzy actually owns that car now. So
Part
we're
owner
gonna keep
so
it.
far, part owner, but
You own it. You got it. But that car will sit there. It's ready to go. We got a trailer ready to make the pull. But like you said, we learned our lesson from last year. Lizzy missed a couple races, because a mishap, anything can happen. It can happen to the best. Look what happened to Ryan. It just
when you're
happens.
racing long enough and like the competition's so tight like it is right now, it's just gonna happen. I don't care what anyone says. You can be the best of the best, and it'll happen to the best. So, especially when you're in tough competition, it's just sometimes you push your limits. And I had rounds that happened. I didn't see the other guy. Didn't see the guy in the other lane, and my car got loose, and I pedaled it, and just one tire was in the groove, one wasn't, and that's what kind of looked like what happened to Ryan. And just car gets loose, and anything can happen. So
I was actually talking to Javi, and he said the exact same thing. Ryan wanted to beat him and thought he was ahead. And it's actually not funny, just a coincidence. She was racing Ryan when it happened, I think, right? And
yeah, Ryan got loose in the other lane, and at that time he was the man to beat. Like last season, he was just unstoppable. So,
but Lizzy didn't know where he was at on a racetrack. And
no,
hey, it's racing. I've done it. I've driven. You got frustration. You're not making runs. There's a lot of factors, and when you're sitting in that seat, it's easy to say from a computer board or from the stands, but these cars are a handful. I ran Pro Mod for years and been really, really fast, and anything can happen, like Lizzy said. But she grew up watching it. She knows, what we're risking, But I just got to tell you, I don't think I've seen Lizzy that focused since our Pro Nitrous days. She was just zeroed in, focused, driving. We communicated. Lizzy, did we communicate good on the radio? No cursing, no nothing. Lizzy, did you hear that?
Oh, I think we lost.
Lizzy, did you hear that? I said we communicated well on the radio, no cursing, no nothing. Everything was good. I don't know. We're losing her. Lizzy, we're losing you.
Now we can't. Yeah, I don't have any audio with her now.
No. I don't know what happened. She probably hears us. But
I could hear. We could see her good.
Yeah, we can see you good, Lizzy, but we can't hear you. If you can hear us, just put your hand up. No, I don't think you can hear us either.
Okay. Maybe she'll be able to back out and come back in.
Yeah.
Pat, I was going to ask you. So obviously you have two cars now, and we got 9 races left. 8 of them are going to be in a row. Are you there, Lizzy? Can you hear us?
No. Put your hand up if you can hear us. No. Oh.
She put it on mute.
Maybe she could try to sign in or something again. Or...
Shows, let's see here. Let's see if I can do something once.
I'll tell you, you were asking about, we looked at, today all I did was work on flights and, logistics and how many runs we could put on each engine. And it's going to be I don't know if any, I did pro stock, so we did 20 races, my day. And, I know what we're in for, but we lean on these engines harder. So we've never been more prepared. I mean, there's 2 spare engines in the trailer. There's one more back at the shop. One's in the car. We have plenty of parts, you know, but logistically, once we get out west, getting him could be a problem. Are you there, Lizzy?
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on, but
okay.
We could see you, but we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, but I couldn't hear you guys. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, we couldn't hear you either. But no,
God.
he was just asking about, you know, 9 in a row. We know it's going to be tough. We've been talking about it, but we feel like we're prepared.
Yeah.
So,
We won
but you
Idaho
know, as
before in the
prepared as
past.
we were going out, my tractor broke down. The Volvo 18-wheeler broke down, got a wheel bearing, and we had to get another truck to put. I mean, you got to be ready for about anything. It's crazy, but it's just racing and traveling. It's going to be a pretty tough deal for a lot of teams, everybody.
Yeah, you're gonna need extra cars and extra parts, I think, to make it through the whole thing for sure.
And rigs are taking their toll, you know. So
yeah. Lizzy, I wanted to ask you. So last time I had you on, you were very early in your diagnosis. It was very new to you as far as your recovery. How has your recovery been going? And what has helped you the most to get you through the really hard days?
Oh man, it is crazy. Like, so yeah, at the beginning of my diagnosis, I was just starting treatments then. So now I did my 6 treatments so far, and I did a scan about 3 weeks ago, and they found no progression. All tumors have shrunk about half its size. I don't even feel the tumor anymore. And I don't know. So I hear, like, I've been posting, I've been doing noodling, I've been going surfing, I've been doing all these things that, like, people are like, oh, she must be lying that she has cancer. How the heck can I lie about? If they only knew, like, when I'm sitting in that freaking bed getting my port, whatever freaking stuck, and like them, I hate the flush thing, tasting that saline sitting there. It just sucks going back and forth to Houston. If they only realize what I have to go through for these treatments. But I am so thankful that, I don't know, my body is strong, it's holding up really good, and I have a really good support system. And I've been feeling, I don't know, I'm not letting it bring me down. Like I told you from the beginning, like when I talked to you last time, I said, I'm not going to let this stop me. Like I'm going to continue doing whatever I can. You know, I'm not saying all my days are perfect. I have my off days. I feel tired, you know, a little bit, like it's always the 3rd or 4th day. And my biggest, I think, symptoms or side effects I've been having is like, I don't know, like lack of appetite, and maybe a little tiredness, but not much. And I'm still able to do what I want to do, which is so crazy. I'm thankful for that. I have energy. I feel fine. I don't know. It's insane. I'm thankful for that, because it could be total opposite, you know. And a lot of people that I hear how they're like doing treatments and stuff, that it brings them down pretty good. So I don't know. Whatever the clinical trial I'm on, it's working, and I hope that can benefit, you know, people in the future, you know. And that's the biggest thing, being on a clinical trial. You know, they're trying to find things. That clinical trial like really focuses on, they're trying to get away from chemo. And so what I'm on, it's a backbone of chemo. Pretty much it has side effects of chemo pretty much, but it's not as hard on your organs compared to a traditional, like they call it the Red Devil or anything like that. So I'm on Trodelvy, so it's a type of that chemo / immunotherapy, and then I'm on Keytruda, which is a full immunotherapy. So I don't know. So far, it's working really good. What's crazy is I came across Instagram, all right? And I don't know, Kim Kardashian, I follow her, I'm on Instagram, whatever. But she posted recently, she just did a scan, some full body scan, like an MRI thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to freaking do it. So it's something new they just came out with. They do a full body scan for, I know it's a lot of money, but what I have, I want to keep up with it. MD Anderson wants to do scans every 8 weeks. Well, I feel really good, and I felt like now I feel nothing at all. I want to see where I'm at, you know? And so it's a full body scan I do for $2,500, and anyone can go do it. It's like an MRI thing they do from head to bottom. And MD Anderson only just did from my, I think, neck and waist down. That's all they check. So I'm curious to see, like, it's going to check the brain, and it checks your bones, everything. Like, I think it's a good situation. So I went out on my own to do that. Next week I go for my 7th treatment, and then on Wednesday I drive 3 hours to go get the scan done. And I'm curious because they check everything from like the rares of cancers and everything. So I think anyone should look into that. I think it's interesting. Like they catch like, early, whatever, like anything going on in your body, they'll catch it early. So I think it's pretty cool. But I feel good. I'm here. I'm doing my thing, right?
Oh yeah, that's great news, Lizzy. I follow your social
Yeah.
media, and it's cool to see you doing fun things like noodling, like you said.
Yeah.
So it's good to see you have a lot of energy, and you're still finding time through the treatments, through the No Prep King season. You're still finding time to do what you want to do. So that's awesome to see.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's talk about the season a little bit. Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
The draft in Ohio. You and Daddy, that's all right. You and Daddy Dave were fighting for that last captain spot. Obviously,
Yeah.
Dave was chosen as a captain, but were you disappointed at all, or did you have more relief that you didn't have any extra expectations or responsibilities that come with being a captain?
You know what? I'm just gonna be brutally honest. Yeah, it honestly was a relief, to be honest with you. But if I had that position, I would take it full on and take my responsibility of being a team captain and do everything I can to get my team to be on top and number one. So, but like either way, it's like I get in it or not. And if I get in it, I have a job to do, and that's I was going to take it fully head on like I am racing right now. So, either way, but it is a whole lot of like extra. I'm a type of person, I just want to go out there and race. I hate all this extra drama. I hate all this. I'm out here to race, win. Let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. But it is what it is. And talking about the whole team situation, we got some drama going on. So with the whole, I don't know if you want to bring that up, or I don't know where you want to go next.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to get into all the details of that. Obviously, I was in Tulsa, and there was some drama with the team stuff going on. But you're still currently on Kai's team. Is there?
Yeah.
Do you have the mindset now that you're just going to be the best teammate you can be, and just
Yeah.
go out there and do what you can for the team, and that's win? Do like you do and get points and win for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I stand with everything. At the end of the day, we're all out there to do the same thing: is go rounds and win. So, I mean, it's not going to change me. I think we both came to an understanding, and we both went our separate ways, and we're just gonna. I don't know. I think we're both respecting each other on both sides. I don't know. He, in the beginning, the Tulsa race, he did give me 2 options, I guess. Was 1, stay on his team, or 2, go on Daddy Dave's team. I guess he was trying to trade out Axeman for me or whatever, but I don't know. It was kind of a weird deal because it really wasn't truly set up yet, and they didn't even talk to Larry about it. So it was kind of an awkward thing. I had no idea, but I kind of was going for the Larry deal, like trading off in Daddy Dave's team, because it kind of helps us not having those awkward moments. But it is what it is. Regardless, if I do end up being on his team, it's fine. I'm fine. You know what? It was fine this weekend. We it sucks I don't go to drivers meetings. The team meetings. It's a little hard, but it is what it is. I still go out there, do my thing, and that's it. We got one thing in mind, is to win, right? So
That's exactly right. You and you on your team, you and Kai and David Gates have been basically carrying the load so far this season.
I know. I've been seeing
and
that.
2 of you guys are nitrous cars. Speak to that. I know there's in the top 15. There's a bunch of Pro Chargers, a bunch of screw blowers. There's only 2 nitrous cars. So talk about you and Gates and how well you guys have been doing this season.
Well, I mean, there's not a lot of nitrous cars. I mean, he's been going rounds, but it's cool to be able to say I'm the first nitrous car to win this season. I mean,
yes, sir.
That's a huge statement. I mean, huge, right, Dad? Like, what do you think with the whole nitrous cars and blower car? I mean, it's hard running against those guys. But like, right or wrong, the weight has that's the majority. That is so important, I think, for a nitrous car to get down to that weight. I think that's the only chance they have to be competitive right now. Right?
It's definitely a big factor, but you got to remember, a screw charger and a Pro Charger. I mean, you know how I feel about that deal. I think for us to be able to run with them, we have to.
Oh, Pat must have got a
So,
call.
We got, yeah. Now,
sorry about that.
there you go.
But a nitrous car has to run early. They can give up a little bit. They can run through the converter, you know. But like I said earlier, I'm not going to cry about it. The rules. Let's just race. We'll make our good runs. Lizzie's driving, like I said, better than I've seen her in a long time. Not that she's ever driven bad. She's always done a killer job, but she's really focused now. And we're going to just keep the heat on them.
Yeah, Lizzy, you've had an excellent start to the season. You're currently third for the
that's
invitational
huge.
points.
We were dropping a little bit from the last race, and then we made leeway now. That was huge. That was
Yeah,
cool.
the grade 8 is a little bit of a different story for you currently.
Yeah.
But talk about
my God.
talk
we
about
have
that.
no luck, man. We have no luck.
How hard is it right now with how fast the whole class is and how competitive it is? How hard is it to be, because you got to be fast on Saturday and you got to be fast on Friday. Like you can't just do one or the other. Like you got to be fast both times. How hard does that switch up how you guys are thinking, how you guys tune, everything like that?
No, not really. It just gives us a smaller window to be prepared, like figuring out the racetrack, you know, coming in that day, you know. You only get one grudge hit and then you're into racing. So it just gives you a smaller window to figure out the track, you know, and you just got to have your ducks in a row perfectly, like, you know, just no mess ups. And that's what happened first round of grade 8. We end up running into a dumb little small thing. The TBS switch went bad on us, and I was literally full throttle in the run, and it just like felt like someone just shut my car off, and it was just like, I was like, and here comes Nate flying by me. I'm like, mother effer, like, what the heck happened? I felt like we probably could have won the grade 8, honestly, but it is what it is. That's racing. You're gonna run through you're gonna have that. I mean, parts failure is just part of it. So, yeah, but the grade 8, you just have a smaller window of tuning the car and getting it ready for that track, you know. So.
Right. Yeah, you get to get one test pass on Friday night, and then you have to race the top 8 guys or girls in the class. Do you think, because there's so much importance put on the grade 8 this year compared to last year, seeing it's the individual championship, do you guys, Pat, you could probably answer this, do you guys find yourself doing anything differently on Friday nights that you might not normally do on a Saturday?
We're running the car as hard as we will Saturday, but I'll tell you, we're so confident in that car. One run at the racetrack, we're good now, and that's about what you're going to have to do. I mean, you got to be able to get off the trailer. I mean, theoretically, you should be able to race off the trailer. We got enough data now on the new car and enough stuff that I feel I can go look at the racetrack, and I really feel like we could do it without a grudge run. Not that I want to give it up, but if we had to, we could roll right out there. That's how much confidence we got in this new setup, in the new car, in the engine, the whole deal. Lizzy, don't you feel confident? I mean, that car will go right out there.
Sure. I really do. I feel like we got enough data to look at. We stopped using those, what do you call it, VPS things. We just go off the drive shaft and.
Don't even mention them. Jay hates them. Jay wants them out of the car. Robert hates them. We all hate them.
That's the problem, you know. We don't get.
It says you went
we get no time slips at these races. So when we test, I feel like it's so important to get a good drive shaft. You got a time slip you can go off and say, hey, we actually ran this fast, and we can like overlap drive shafts and see how much faster or slower we are, you know, comparison. So that's important, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Pat, we've seen a lot of new drivers, like brand new drivers, guys like Nate, Damon do really well this season, and then we've seen some veterans that are normally fast struggle a little bit. Why do you think that is? What do you think has been going on this season for mainly the vets, and why do you think the future guys are so fast, come in and start winning races?
I'll tell you, there's a lot of luck in racing. I'm not saying taking nothing away from anybody, but, you know, we had a bad year last year. Now we're having a good year. It's just the way racing is. You know, it goes full circle. We know that. We're going to try to keep the heat up and stay in our game, but, you know, they hit on a combination. Not taking nothing away from them, but, you know, you can go out and buy good parts no matter what they say that, they're the working man's racer or whatever. Listen, I work for a living. I mean, we work on our stuff. We test. So everybody tests, but they've all got good parts. Obviously, they wouldn't run good with junkyard parts or,
Right.
So, but hats off to them. They got to just keep it up. Let's see where it all shakes out, but I don't know. We just feel really confident right now in the car. Lizzy, I don't think we've ever had a car that repeats like this. We
No.
did in Pro Nitrous. I mean, but
Yeah.
it takes
the
a while.
drivability of this new car is insane. But I think a lot had to do with the whole setup as well. Jay coming up with a badass setup for that car, and it likes it. It takes anything we give it, and that's a huge plus when racing against these guys. So being able to be consistent and fast that's all you need. All you need to be to win a race.
That's right. You definitely were both of those things on this weekend, for sure. Lizzy, so obviously, you've set goals for the season, and you're obviously probably closer to those goals now, especially after winning that race. But what goals do you have for the remainder of the season, both on the track and then just in your personal life?
Yeah. So yeah, keep this momentum going. Keep winning races, going rounds, and our biggest goal, really, mine and my dad's, so we raced together for, I don't even know, 9 years, professional, legit. And we haven't won one championship together yet. And that is the biggest thing, biggest goal, I think, right now is to win one together. So that would be cool. I know it's a little different how it sits with the whole team thing, but to be able to be number one, that's definitely a goal for me on my part. And I don't know, in life in general, the biggest thing is to be healthy and happy. That's the biggest thing. Happiness is the biggest part right now. I'm not, a lot of people, been following my situation, whatever, the whole Kai situation, and it is what it is. He's got his saying on it, and I got my saying on it, and, as long as he's happy and I'm happy going my way, it is what it is, But right now, I have to say I am the happiest I've ever been in my whole life. And I'm being honest, brutally honest right now. And me being in the car, it feels good to say this, but I actually feel like myself again.
Awesome.
And I'm just being brutally honest. Yeah.
Hey, Lizzy, I don't know if you heard me before. We had no drama on the radio. I mean, it can still happen, but
yeah.
I have a habit of maybe saying something to somebody and have my finger on the button. Lizzy,
oh, God. He's good at doing that, too. I just want to.
But no.
Yeah, if we could get those audio tapes, that'd be awesome.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh, that would be great. But I don't know.
I was gonna say, as you guys know, I do a little stat portion of my show where I read off some stats, usually No Prep King stats to the driver.
Yes, you're the stat guy.
So I have some stats, and you probably know these, but it's always good to hear the good stats, right? So in your career, Lizzy, in No Prep King's career, you're third all time in the three biggest categories. Okay, you're third all time in round wins. You're third all time in event finals, making it to the finals, and then you're third all time in event wins.
Holy crap!
Out of all everybody,
cool.
You're a third.
Wow, Dad, do this.
Pat yourself on the back, yeah.
To me,
it's a lot of work. It ain't easy. It ain't easy at all. I don't care what anyone says, It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I know that for a fact. There's times where I remember coming from after a race, we go out first round, second, and it's just, it blows the wind out of our sails. But we don't stop. We don't be like, oh, well, we gave it our all. No, we keep pushing, doing whatever we got to do to be the best we can be. So, I know my dad, he works his butt off day and night in the shop, weekends he's in the shop, Not a lot of people know that, They always say, oh, Pat Musi, they don't realize how much work he did to get to where he is today. So I wish I had his brains. I don't know how he does it.
Huh? You do. I'll keep passing my little tricks of stuff to you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think out of those stats, Lizzy, the most impressive things to me is that they basically started in season 3, because season 1 and season 2 of No
Really?
Prep Kings, you only raced 5 races out of both seasons total. You know what I mean? So really, your
Oh wow.
first actual full season was season 3.
Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha.
That's when you started kicking ass. And speaking of that, season 3, so another stat for you, you and Ryan Martin are the only 2 ever to win back-to-back-to-back invitational races. So that's another cool stat for you.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
Um,
Like 3 in a
if
row,
you,
you're saying?
yeah, 3 in a row,
Yeah.
3 invitationals in a row. You and Ryan Martin are the only ones to ever do that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
If you guys want right now, there's a bunch of people on. If you're
Yeah.
watching, if you're in the chat box, if you have some questions for Pat or Lizzy, post them, and I will
Am I
try to
supposed
find
to
some
hit
good
the chat
ones to
button, or
ask.
you just bring them up?
I'll look. You guys can look too. If you go to the bottom, you can click on, I believe, chat or.
But then we won't see each other. Why don't you read them off those?
Yeah, you can read them off. Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, you can still see me, right? Because I'm looking at them.
We can still see you if you're looking at it. Yes.
Yeah.
I have one question so far, Lizzy. Which track are you looking forward to the most out of the next 9 races?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
I suppose. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever raced in Vegas or done
I was gonna bring that up too. Did we ever race in? I don't think so. I never. He raced in Vegas, but so that'd be a first time. I think that would be exciting. I don't think they're gonna do. They got 4 wide there, don't they? But I don't think they're gonna do it. Right? Vegas did 4 wide. I think they.
I haven't heard that they are or not, but
yeah.
it'd be cool.
It'll
if they
be
did.
a good race though. Like she said, I raced their pro mod NHRA. And then I ran the whatever that race they have, the winter race with the whole pro street car, but
yeah,
it's a cool deal.
Ryan Miller has a question.
How was it noodling the catfish? I'm seeing that right now. Did you pick that one?
Yeah, I put that one up there for you.
Okay. All right. So when I first moved to North Carolina, I known Jeffrey Earnhardt, just friends, like hanging out, and I come back to North Carolina. I guess we went to like a country concert, or we went to go see Luke Combs and stuff. And me and my friend Amelia, we went, and I don't know, me and Jeffrey kind of like caught back up again and hung out. And he does a lot of noodling. Let me tell you, I've done it in the past, and like it was just like it was like small catfish, like didn't have the true experience kind of thing. So we went out, and let me tell you, like I'm a crazy person. I like a challenge. I'll do anything if it's a challenge, and I'm like, let's go, let's do this, And I don't know, I just went for it. The first time I went, I like, just went in the box, went down. You go in there, you stick I know it sounds crazy. You're like, I ain't sticking my hand in no hole. It could be like water moccasin, snapping turtle, whatever. But here I am, just, all right, see what we got in there. First you find the box, then they got like a paddle or whatever, like, and they cover like partially the hole. You got the hole in the box, and then they cover it partially. So I go in there, I pull myself down a little bit, and I'll reach in, see what I feel, Basically, there's a fish. We'll know before I start putting my hand in there. And normally the fish will go, like the catfish will go all the way in the back. And that's when you have to go under. You have to pull yourself down. You have to get in there like farther. And you got a glove on, but like I didn't have a sleeve. So I got chewed up pretty good. But you go in there and you just feel like, so I wasn't expecting this 44-pounder. That's the one I caught a couple that day, but I caught a big one that day. And you stick your hand in there, and you just feel them just like literally going like this to your hand until you once they get a good grab on you, like bite you, you grab them, you get it like real quick, you grab them by the mouth, and then you go in their gill plate, which is not in their gills. You got to be careful not to hurt them. Actually, going through their gill plate doesn't hurt them. Especially a big fish, so you got to go in there and hook in there, and you can be able to just pull them out nicely. But sometimes they are not happy, and they will shake you around like a rag doll. But I was able to get that one out, and it was a big one. It was a big one. So I had a blast. It is so much fun. It was a lot of fun. I got I think 5 or 6 fish that day. It was fun.
Wow.
So, It's yeah. I never had that experience with noodling, but I did that.
Nice. Pat, that
Yeah.
sounds like something you should do. You should get into
Oh
that.
yeah.
No, I'm good.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
okay. I'll watch.
You'll watch. You'll come. Oh, you need to come
Yeah.
now. Now it's on. Now you're invited.
Yeah.
You're coming now. We'll give you a couple
Yeah.
Coronas. You'll be in good shape.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm not a drinker, but after the win, I had 2 Coronas, and they talked me into 2 more. That was it. I was done.
Yeah. We were drinking
It was
Busch
hot.
Light and Coronas for the win.
Yeah. Nice. That's a great way
What
to
is
celebrate.
that one? Lizzy, what is your fur baby's name? Yeah.
Yeah, they want to know what your fur baby's name is.
You want me to answer that one? Yeah, so we got Jax. And then my new little one. So the breeder of Jax, super nice, Hilltop Acres. They have like this little like community on Facebook, and they saw what I was going through. I wanted to get Jax a little like a brother, like a little friend for the longest time, and I guess they heard wind of it, and they all came together, and I guess ended up picking out another puppy, and I got this one here, Abel. So I got 2 little min pins. They call them Harlequin min pins, but they're fun. And then I got
Nice.
so that's Abel and Jax. So Jax, like Sons of Anarchy, that's where Jax gets his name from.
Cool.
And then Abel, like his son, that's him. Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool names.
And then I got horses, and then I got donkeys, and then all the above. You know that.
Pat, I got a question here for you from Kyle. It says, is weight all that is the difference in Bonnie 2.0?
Hold on, I lost you. Somebody, there you are. I'm sorry, ask me the question again. I can't read it.
Kyle wants to know what's the difference in the old car to Bonnie 2.0? Is it just the weight, or are there other upgrades
It's
or
the
changes?
weight, and Robert learned a lot, building the car, the first car, and there's a lot of changes in the chassis. I mean, Robert really worked his ass off on that car. It's a well-built car. Jay loves it. Lizzy loves it. It's good, and it's good when everybody can get along, leave the egos aside, and let's just go run it. I mean, it's a great car. But there are some, besides the weight, there are some chassis differences. It's got the Van Hoek carbon on it, the nose, the doors. It's as light as you can make one and still work. Look, it's one thing to have a light car, but if it don't have tubing in it and it doesn't work,
I know.
it's not going to do you any good. But this is really a well thought out car.
Yeah, it definitely showed. Definitely showed this weekend.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Not a lot of people can say that they come out with a new car and win.
No, that doesn't happen. Usually you hear the new car blues.
Absolutely. I'm not.
That happens a lot.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well, years ago in '76, I went to Don Hardy in Texas, picked up a car. It literally didn't have a burnout on it. Drove to Bristol, Tennessee, won the IHRA Pro Stock there.
What?
That was kind of my record for the deal. I mean, it didn't have a tire turned on, and we pulled in there, no paint, in prime, won the race. So, but it was pretty cool. But it is hard to do, especially now, everything is so technical, compared to what we had then. But it was still a feat, to pull off.
Yeah, and I remember last time we were on, Pat, we had talked about that we might see it soon, and then obviously it waited a little bit to come out. Was that to make sure everything was exactly how you wanted it?
Yeah, we wouldn't have ran. We wouldn't have brought it to Tulsa if it wasn't what we all put our heads together and agreed on. I mean, like I said, the 5th run, we're about to give up, and we just decided to roll up there and make one more run, and it went down. We went to bed in a good spirits, and come out the next day and never missed a run. And it showed. Yeah, I think it showed. So we knew we had something.
You guys kicked ass this weekend. First off, I want to say thank you guys so much for coming on the show tonight. Lizzy and Pat
having us. It's always good talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Chris. You've been great.
Appreciate you guys. Pat, it was cool talking to you in Tulsa at the Lions.
Yeah.
Lizzy, was great seeing you kick ass. Yeah, it was hot. I was trying to be not out in the hot as much as I could.
I know. I feel it. That weekend was brutal.
Yeah,
It
this
was
was
hot. You walked out of the motorhome, you thought you were going in a pizza oven.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys. I wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you.
Good luck in Idaho, and I will actually catch you guys and come say hi when I'm in Colorado. So
Sounds
good luck the rest of the year, and hopefully you get your wish of maybe a championship this year.
That'd be awesome. Yes. Yep.
And I want to just say thanks to all our fans, and Lizzy probably does
Absolutely. Too. Huge support system. I can't thank the fans enough. Like, I couldn't do without them. They give me the go, and I just love it. I'm so thankful. So
awesome. Well, thank you guys, and have a good night.
All right. Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.